So here we go. Number 10 is the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, my.
Did not, hey, Maz, but once again, like someone says on another network, the list is fluid. You know what I'm saying? So, list is fluid. The list moves. This is just week one after what I saw. Did not like what I saw of the Minnesota Vikings. I think they will get better. But I don't think they're the team that I thought they were. And I don't think they're the team that matters. You might have thought they were too. I think by the time the season's over, I think them and you know who are both going to be at the bottom. So Minnesota Vikings coming in number 10. Jordan Addison, they look good. Chicago Bears, I'm only giving them 9 is because it's still the defense. They still put a lot of the good defensive players in. He's got to figure it out at some point, right? Justin Fields he's got to make something happen. I think it's a new team. It's a new system. It's week 1. Give them some time. So I'm giving them number 9 on the Detroit Lions. That's Carolina Panthers. I just like Bryce Young. I like Bryce Young, but you know what? They did lose somebody on defense, man.
You know what's funny?
J.C. Horn.
We all pick,
2 years in a row.
Yep.
We all pick our favorites, right? I mean, like, and we're almost married to him. You've been on Bryce Young for a year and a half.
I won't let him go.
And you will not let him go.
I won't.
I've been against Trevor Lawrence, and I won't let that go.
Yeah.
Like, I just, I mean, we all have a player, is what I'm trying to say.
This is true, but I think for me, some things, when you see it have success at the highest level in college, and I cannot see it happen in the NFL. Bryce Young won the Heisman. He won a national championship. Bryce Young was 2 seconds from winning another national championship if an injury doesn't happen, if you will. The team got a little worse last year, and so he still had he still was what? You said 3 points out of being in the playoffs in the national championship. Bryce Young is a damn good quarterback at all levels. He's cerebral. He's fast. He can read the defenses. I've seen it. He's won the Heisman, so I won't get off him. Number 7. There you go, Maz. That was just for you.
Oh, Baker.
Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay Bucks. Look, Lions are going to beat the brakes off of them. I know it. By the time they get to the Bucks,
easy.
They are going to beat the Bucks down. I understand it, but Maz loves Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, who said he's a Texas Rangers fan, not an Astros fan, so he wasn't stealing signs, is lying through his teeth. But you know what? To get a win in the NFL is a hard thing to do. Shout out to Baker Mayfield, but they are 7 on
Max Scherzer out for the year for Texas.
Crazy. Can't even pitch in the playoffs or anything.
He's done.
Wild.
He's got a bad oblique, and Justin Verlander is not pitching well for the Astros either.
So the Mets said they got the last laugh.
Mets, they got out when they could.
Mets got the last laugh. Coming in number 6, it will be the Monday night football game, the Lomas game, if you will. Las Vegas.
The low down with low brow.
Oh, yeah.
I got them. Jimmy G, man. Max Crosby out there looking good, man.
There he is.
Max Crosby's out there making some plays, looking good. Michael Parsons bigged him up on the show, man. When you got the man number 11 bigging you up, you must be doing something right. But the Lions, that's going to be a good game. That game scares you a little bit, man?
Oh, God, yeah. It's the week before their bye week.
Yeah.
The Raiders, I think, well, so far, they're the only winners in the AFC West.
I got to tell you.
We'll see.
Jimmy Garoppolo has won everywhere he's
a winner.
ever been. He's just one of those guys that he just wins. I would not be shocked if they messed around and won the AFC West.
Holy crap.
I want to put that on record right now. In week 1 or week 2 officially, that I don't think they're going to win the West, but it would not shock me if they just methodically went through and won this division.
And I'm going to put this on record at the end of week 1. What's in that cup? What's in that cup? Look, at the end of the day, if you're looking at Jimmy G have success, I can give you that. He's had success everywhere he's been. But where was he at first? He was in New England with Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels. Where was he at his next stop? Kyle Shanahan, who's the best offensive mind in the NFL and the best defense for the last 5 years. And now where's he at? Back with Josh McDaniels. Yeah. But they get each other. So you're right. He does win where he's at, but it does not hurt Ryan Ermanni. Where you at is the best of the best. Does not hurt.
And I have one thing about this team.
And Chargers gonna win the division.
And
I'm poking. I actually said that.
You did say that. You're sticking to your word. But I do think
I don't like
the Raiders are going to get slept on this year, and I think they're still kind of getting slept on. I mean, if you looked at last week, Jacoby Myers had a stellar game. Unfortunately, I believe he's injured with a concussion. When he comes back, that offense might be pretty electric. So that's all I got to say about that.
People are sleeping on, but you know who's not sleeping on? The Detroit Lions. So when they come here, they're going to get cracked. Number 5, the New Orleans Saints. This is mad. This is your sleeper team.
Nola.
This is your sleeper team. The Big Easy. You got your boy Derek Carr out there.
Carr.
Cameron Jordan, who secretly leads the NFL in sacks over the last 10 seasons. Like, if you do
How about that?
he secretly
That
leads.
Saints defense has always been good.
Saints defense has always been good. You got Alvin Kamara back, and then you got your boy Chris Olave, who had another pretty good
Big
game.
game.
He had another big game.
Over
Chris
100 yards in reception.
Ohio State receivers, man, they're the tops right now. I hate them, but they are the tops.
Jamal Williams really didn't do much last week.
Of
I'm
course.
surprised about that.
Offensive lines got some work to do. But we shall see. But they're number 5 on here. They will win their division, or will it be number 4? Oh, you like the setup, the Atlanta Falcons. That's Ryan's guy. Ryan, tell me what you saw in Bijan Robinson this past weekend.
I'm telling you guys, I think it worked out for the Lions because of how they run their offensive scheme. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is the guy for them. But I told you, Bijan Robinson. I told you about Bijan Robinson. That's it.
His stop and go ability, through one game, looked fabulous. I'd like to see it throughout the season. I'm rooting for the guy.
I was telling my homeboy Max, man, you know when you know, because when I was watching Zay Flowers this week and when I was watching Bijan Robinson, both my knees start hurting instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly. That's the type of moves these guys are making. Coming in number 3, you should figure out 3 through. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. The Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers have always had a rivalry. You know what it is. And the only guy that stood by the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. Now, I'm not saying that they are the end-all be-all. Remember, the list moves, okay? It moves around. But
It's an evolving list.
It's an evolving. There we go. That's our word, evolving. But, Maz, we have to give you credit. Jordan Love looked really good. And you know what I'm learning? It's all about the offensive court. It's all about the offensive head coaches. Ryan, you say this all the time. The offensive head coaches, they can fix the system. You see Josh Allen struggling. Sean McDermott's what type of coach? Kenny Pickett struggled. Mike Tomlin, what type of coach? The defensive coordinators, the defensive coaches, they take longer to figure it out for the coaches. Matt
LaFleur is he's underrated.
100%. I mean, it's a reason why they won 2 years in a row, three years in a row once he first got there. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. They look pretty good. Number 2, 2B, Baltimore Ravens. Now look, defensively, they were good. Offensively, didn't seem to gel and mesh right. It seemed like when Lamar Jackson was ready to throw, receivers weren't ready to get out their breaks, but when receivers were out, Lamar Jackson still was trying to take his drop back steps, so that didn't look good. And then also, the one thing about the Ravens every year, injuries. They already got 3 guys injured. You got Mark Andrews on the report, you got your left tackle on the report, and you got your running back out for the season for the 2nd year in a row. So my Super Bowl pick is not looking too good right now.
See, with the rest of this game, I feel like the game at Dallas, obviously
It's now the number 1 game.
Yeah, it's now the number 1 game. But I always looked at the game at Baltimore as the toughest game for the Lions, and even more so than Kansas City, because I was like, you have 5 months to prepare for Kansas City. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they are always hurt, Baltimore.
Every list that I made when I was trying to kind of figure out how I was going to pick my wins and losses for the Lions, there was only one team that I did never change, and that was the Ravens.
Lost against the Ravens.
The loss against the Ravens. But now I'm like,
that's a win.
Now, exactly. So let's go 2-8. 2-8, Seattle Seahawks. Listen.
Here we go.
I know last week they got exposed a little bit, but I'm telling you, that team's going to be a lot better. Now, they'll figure out an offensive lineman. They will figure that out. I'm telling you, Geno will be better. They will get into the run game. So, Detroit Lions, you won't be surprised. They're going to be a much better team this week than they were last week. It's a sneaky team. So, I'm going with 2A on there. Plus, this is coming after the Lions just won. This is going to be the next game, so we shall see. Boom! 1B.
Oh, yeah, San Diego.
I'm still going with the Los Angeles Chargers.
The Superchargers.
Who spend all that money for a defense and never see any of the defense players make a play.
Where's Dan Fouts?
Where's J.C. Jackson? Where's Joey Porter? Not Joey Porter. Joey Bosa. Yep. Where's Khalil Mack? Where's Derwin James? Where's all these Pro Bowlers that they have? I still like them at number 1 because you still got to go out to Los Angeles. You still got to go to SoFi, and it's still By the time they play them, Kellen Moore and Justin Herbert will have kind of figured some things out. Let's not forget they're just starting out this year. So I think that's 1B in terms of the most challenging games left on the Lions' schedule.
After the bye week,
and it's after the bye week, which will help them out. And you saw, look, I understand Dak was horrible. Well, he wasn't horrible. He was horrible. I understand he was bad. The offense didn't look too good. But when you got a defense like that, when you're blanking professional football teams like that, Dak will figure something out. It's a new offense, Mike McCarthy. And I told you Brian Schottenheimer was trash. Soon as I forgot he was offensive coordinator.
Isn't the head coach calling it, Mike McCarthy? Isn't he calling the plays?
So even when you have a head coach that calls play, you still have an offensive coordinator.
All right.
Because even when, for years, Sean Payton was the OC, you still had offensive coordinators in New Orleans. So he's the guy calling the plays. But 40 to zip, that defensive line was, oh my God.